who does a better job than the doctors? Who can we rely and hold liable to make better decisions?
No one.
And doctors.
If you're holding me to it, then no one. And the answer then is to do nothing and to make sure to
doing
manage
nothing is a decision.
I didn't say it wasn't.
So if you're making a decision now to not go to the doctor, you have effectively said, I'm the one making decisions, right?
Yes.
So that means you're doing so because you believe you would make a better decision than the doctors.
Okay.
So in doing so, that would be an irrational way of approaching that, because we know that as bad as doctors are, they are still way less bad. They're the least bad option for making these types of decisions.
Okay, but when it comes to your own person, the idea that you're willing to say doctors fuck up all the time, but with you, they know you better than you.
No, they will make the best medical decision.
Hold on.
There's a very different statement. It's not that they know better. They'll make the least bad medical decision. If we're talking about children getting gender-affirming hormones, that's a medical decision. A pediatric endocrinologist might be the best group of people, or might be one of the best people on the planet to make that decision. And that doesn't mean that they're going to be perfect. In fact, they will probably mess up a lot, but we would expect them to mess up less than anyone else making that decision.
Unless they've been corrupted by ideology,
so,
correct?
Even if
can we acknowledge that if there is legs to that?
So if they're corrupted by ideology, they could become worse, yes, but they would have to be worse than some alternative to no longer be trusted. That is the issue. You make the best decision, even the best decision is less bad. I voted for Biden. I wanted Bernie Sanders. I voted for Biden because he's a bad decision, but he's less bad than Trump. We make those types of decisions all the time. We vote for what we think is the less bad decision.
I would say that is not a good way to go about being, voting in general.
And you would have that's a fine disagreement to have. But the reason why we try to make the least bad decision is if a bad decision is going to be made, we would rationally want the least bad possible. This is the whole maximizing well-being. It's a decision between being stabbed to death versus being shot to death, right? One might be quicker, one might be faster. We would pick the least bad option because we're going to die anyway.
Again, I think that's just a false dichotomy in the sense that there are other options. And
what is the other option?
Just, going through the therapy and having, whatever social transitioning you do. And again, just leaving the medical interventions until you are old enough to understand the ramifications. What is the issue with waiting? Why is it so important that they don't wait?
The issue with waiting is it depends on who's making the decision to wait. If it's a doctor making the decision to wait, perfect.
Why?
If it's a parent, because
why
they would have the medical expertise to make the best or least bad decision.
Whereas if the least bad decision is to transition, how does that change from transitioning today to transitioning when you're an adult?
Sure. You could have fewer complications with your periods or puberty. That's one. To the growth of like secondary sexual characteristics like breasts, facial hair, like that could be pretty annoying for individuals. So there are multiple reasons.
Hold on. Jimmy the Drunk coming in clutch. Just sent the Cash App. I appreciate that very, very much. I hope that means you're enjoying the conversation. Shout out to Jimmy the Drunk. Cheers to you, buddy.
I already finished my coconut water, but thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jimmy. I really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate that. I'm sorry. You were saying?
Yeah. So where was I? Talking about, so least bad decisions. We would generally, whether to wait or not, a pediatric endocrinologist might make the best decision on whether to wait or not. If the parent is deciding to wait or not, they are making a medical decision. In which case, I don't think that parents should be deciding what treatment, when treatment is supposed to happen, whatnot. I don't think that parents should be like trusted to make the right decision there. I think that their consent is necessary but insufficient, but we cannot trust them because they do not have the expertise.